Convert the following: A, 16 milliliters into liters, B, 3 atmospheres into kilopascals, C, 900 torr into kilopascals, and D, 17 degrees Celsius into kelvins. So A, B, and C will all use the same method because they can all be converted in the same fashion, whereas D is slightly different. All you need to do is add 273 to convert Celsius to kelvins. But for most conversions, the method that you'll see in A, B, and C can be used. So for A, we want to convert 16 milliliters into an unknown number of liters. Now, what you need to know for all of these is the conversion factors, meaning how many of X is equal to how many of Y. And so if you look up in your book or your notes, you'll find that 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. And so I wrote that directly underneath on purpose. And notice that I put the milliliters below the milliliters and the liters below the liters. If you mix that up, you got to put 16 milliliters equals X liters and 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. This won't work. So you have to have the right units below the other units. Once you've got this set up that way, you simply cross multiply and then divide out to find your X. So in this case, 16 times 1 is 16. Equals X times 1,000 equals 1,000 X. And now to get X by itself, divide out the 1,000. And we find that X equals 0.016 liters. So basically, if you remember this, to convert milliliters, you just divide by 1,000 to get into liters. This is the long way of showing that. B, similar idea. 3 atmospheres equals X kilopascals when we're talking about pressure. Kilopascals is the metric unit, so you'll often be converting to kilopascals. So what you need to know then is how many atmospheres equals how many kilopascals. Well, you'll look up in your book or your notes that 1 atmosphere equals 101.325 kilopascals. And again, note that I wrote the atmospheres below the atmospheres and the kilopascals below the kilopascals. And now you'll cross multiply in order to solve. So 3 times 101.325 equals 303.98, and 1 times X is X, and so we know then that X is going to be 303.98 kilopascals, and we're done. B, or C, this is about as hard as they get. It's converting from torr to kilopascals. So 900 torr equals X kilopascals. So again, look up in your book or your notes. 760 torr equals 101.325 kilopascals. So do the cross multiplication. 900 times 101 gives us 91192.5, and X times 760 is just 760X. Like in example A, we now divide out what's in front of the X, in this case the 760, and we're left with X equals 119.99 kilopascals. You should note that 900 isn't that much bigger than 760 in the same way that 119 kilopascals isn't that much bigger than 101.325 kilopascals. So keep those sort of ideas in your mind when you're sort of checking your work to see if you've done it right. D, this is the easiest one. When you convert Celsius to kelvins, all you need to do is take the degrees in Celsius and add 273. So 17 plus 273 is 290. Done. That's it. So any Celsius degrees, convert them to kelvins right away, just add 273. In all of the formulas we'll use in this module, you must convert to kelvins. You cannot use Celsius in these formulas. None of them are set up to use Celsius, and so add 273 first off if you get a temperature in Celsius. To go the other way, sometimes the question might ask for the answer in Celsius. So what you need to do is convert to kelvins first, do all the math. When you get a final answer in kelvins, then just subtract off 273 to get your answer back in Celsius.